Hey guys, good evening or afternoon, wherever you may be living globally. My name is Lanice Joseph. I am founder of I'm Worth the Wait Ministry. It's a ministry that the Lord has given me. And it's a ministry, long story short, that is preparing brides one step at a time for Christ's return, presenting them spotless and blameless for the marriage ceremony. When he initially gave me it, I thought it was going to be having to deal with more so marriage to a man and, waiting and celibacy and all the typical things we hear when we think about being worth the wait. But what he downloaded in my spirit was, pretty much all the things, the tests and the trials, the things that we go through in life that prepares us for his turn. We were worth the wait. Every single thing that he had to, every single lesson he had to take us through, every single test and trial, whatever he had to purge out of us, all of that was worth the wait. And now we are presented and ready to be his bride. So, my sister in love is Katish Joseph, the founder of this ministry, and she had actually asked me to partner in with her. And I remember we've talked about this before, but I can tell you guys the Lord's timing is so strategic. He's so strategic in the way his timing is. He didn't allow it to be for whatever reason. I mean, both of us were falling off, in different ways, not so much into sin per se, but just not really going with, the ministry that he had given us, slacking off, if you will. But now that I look back, the timing that we are merging together is so crucial because of where we are both in our lives, her getting ready to be a wife and me coming out of a situation where I have, a failed marriage. And so I just wanted to come on and give you guys some encouragement because when she initially asked me to be a part of it and to merge, it was during a time where I was just like, how am I going to tell people anything, the stuff that I'm dealing with and things of that nature, but I realized it was the enemy speaking to me. He was saying things like, how are you going to tell anybody about being a wife or being married when you're on your way out of a failed marriage? And God's response was, will you will you allow this situation to make you wallow in it, or will you give me glory out of it? And I didn't really understand everything he was saying when he said that to me. And then I had to think back. I had to step out of sight. Sometimes you got to bring those thoughts to captivity. I had to step out of sight of myself and think to myself, you know what? I am prepared for this because of my failures in this, because of the situations that I put myself through and other things that was unexpected that happened to me. I now I can now come out of this situation with wisdom. So I just wanted to come on. I won't be before you guys long. I just wanted to come on and encourage you guys really quickly about the things that he given me, concerning that message. And so the first thing I started to begin to think is like, Lord, at the end of the day, I don't have control over my life. Yes, I can control what clothes I put on, what store I go to, basic things of life. Don't get me wrong, there are some things you can control, but then there's other situations and circumstances that come into your life, whether it be unexpectedly or blindsided or things you put yourself in thinking you're ready for, whatever the case may be. And you have two choices. Will you allow that situation to kill you and beat yourself up about all the things that you did not do, go into depression, all of these other things about a situation you can't change? Or will you allow that situation to heal you and grow you and allow you to be used for his glory? For instance, I just recently lost my mom and I began to think, Lord, I could literally wallow in it and rightfully so cry about her because it's nothing wrong with missing her. I could cry about her. I could be upset. I could be mad that the fact that my friends still have their mothers or my cousins or whoever else I'm connected to still have their mothers and I don't. Or I can allow him to be used me. It's a choice. I could say, you know what, Lord, I know other people who have lost their mother, and there will be more people who have lost their mother. And now I can minister to let them know that even though you don't have your earthly mother, even though you may be hurting in a certain way, I'm an example to let you know that the Lord can bring you through it. It does not mean that you won't shed tears. It does not mean that you won't go through the grieving process, but He's faithful to bring you through it. And even for me now in the situation I'm in, I've always wanted the two-parent home. I didn't get that growing up as a child. My dad was in and out of a jail, just being transparent. My dad was in and out of jail, different things, my life wasn't set up where I had my father. I could be upset at God. Like, man, I wish I would have had my father figure. It would have made me chase after men. It would have made me settle for less in relationships and feel like I deserve, bad treatment. And I'm not saying that in just my marriage. I mean, in life in general. Before I met my husband, there was times I've settled. There was times I allowed guys to treat me any type of way because it was better than no love from a man. And I didn't have that father figure to show me an example, to show me, hey, this is not what you accept. This is what you accept. This is what you worth, And to be honest, I look at it now, that situation pushed me to have an encounter to God. That's how I ended up getting saved, is through my father's death, and his absence before that is what pushed me to get to know God. Now I know my dad, my daddy in heaven. I have a personal relationship with him. Because of that, I know my worth. I know that I can have high standards. I know what I deserve. I don't look for attention like that anymore. I don't dress sexy like that anymore. All of those things bring him glory. I can now tell other women, you don't got to settle for that. You don't got to put that on to get this man's attention. You don't have to settle for this. You don't got to stay in this toxic relationship. You don't got to do any of those things to be loved. And another example, I don't want to be for you guys for too long, but even another example, the situation, say, that I'm in now, where I want a two-parent home for my kids. I never thought that, the day that I said I do, that I will be walking away in divorce. I never thought that. I never thought that my life would turn around and instant, years down the line, it would be a different story than what I dreamed or what I planned for. But guess what? Yeah, I may not seen certain things coming. I may have been blind by certain situations. I may have thought I was ready in certain ways, and all of these other things that play a factor into a failed marriage, because it's not on just one person. It's on both parties. It's on both sides. And I could choose to wallow in that and wish, that my kids got that, or stay in it just because I want that for my kids, and suffer through certain situations and problems and issues and toxic ways and all of that stuff. I could easily do that for the sake of just looking happy, or looking like, my kids are in a two-parent home. Or I could use this for glory, to let another woman know, hey, sis, pick your head up. Just because your marriage is over, your life is not over. You still have purpose. You still have destiny to reach. You still have other things. And if you desire to be married, and the Lord desire for you to be married again, he'll bring you somebody else. It does not mean you have to beat yourself up. So I just wanted to come on and encourage you guys really quickly, to let you know and ask you, let you examine your life and ask yourself a question. Am I going to beat myself up about this situation, or will I allow the Lord to use this as for his glory? Will I wallow in it? Will I cry and bellyache at the fact that things did not work out the way that I planned, or what I seen in my vision? The scripture in Proverbs already tells us anyways, many are the plans of a man, but it's the Lord's purposes that will follow through. So you have a choice. Would you let this situation that you're in? I don't know where you guys are in life. There's many of us. Some of us are married. Some of us are single. Some of us are divorced. We all come from different walks of life. Whatever your story may be, will you wallow in it, or will you allow him to get the glory out of your life? I will definitely be back on soon with lives and different things the Lord is downloading on me. I never just want to get on here just to say stuff to people. I want it to always be on purpose and according to his time. He's been pressing this on me for some days now, and I've been allowed different distractions, and I don't really like talking to people, honestly. Like, I'm a very shy person, but I just wanted to come on and share that with you guys. So I'll be sharing some nuggets with you guys, just different things that I learned, different ways, that I didn't prepare myself for those of you who are looking to get married. And, just like I said, I tell my friends all the time, I'm the test dummy out of it. Like, and it's not a bad thing. I used to think, like, why did I have to be the one to, for people to learn their lesson? But it gives him glory. So I don't complain about it now. If I'm bringing my Father glory, that's all that matters to me.